Salut à tous les amis, on est de retour pour la suite et sûrement la fin de notre aventure sur Return to Grace. Et on s'était arrêté ici la fois dernière.
Slow and steady. Don't forget to breathe.
Wow. C'est pas le moment de tomber. Pas le moment de tomber.
That's it.
Voilà.
Well done.
Nickel.
Oh boy.
Oui. Ok.
In through your nose.
Ok.
Out
Oula.
through your mouth.
Ok.
You're in
Voilà.
control.
Tout, c'est bon. Ouf.
Not sure this was the smartest choice.
Nickel.
Nonsense. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
But what kills you, kills you.
Take it
Ok.
in, Addie. How many humans can say they've climbed
On y va.
across a train track bridge thingy in a lunar ice storm? We only live once, right?
Not sure that applies to you.
Oh, maybe not. But who knows what's
Okay.
going to happen at the end of all this? We gotta enjoy it while it lasts, right?
Maybe you're right, pal.
Attends, là il y a une partie par là. Mais il y a une partie par là aussi.
That's a bit of a stretch.
You can make that, right, Addie?
Please consider
Je vais pas prendre le risque d'aller jusqu'à là-bas. Hein.
You're back.
I never left, Addie. I simply can't. And you can't make that jump. It is unlikely, and a failed attempt would risk grave
On peut pas passer par là.
injury. Listen to logic. You must turn back and take the canyon path.
But we're so close!
You're right, Mom.
Hop là. T'es sûr qu'il faut aller par là? Bon allez go. Oh non, ne me dis pas que j'ai repris chemin. Oh là. Oh mais quel imbécile. Non? Oh là. Oh mais quel con. Ah là, attends, il y a un truc qui bloque là. Pourquoi je peux plus passer maintenant? Oh. Faut aller par là? Attends, non, je viens de là. Donc on peut aller par là. Ah oui. Ah, j'ai eu peur. Je me suis dit, mais il y a un problème. Pourquoi je suis monté en haut pour
How do you know where this is headed?
redescendre
I
ici?
don't. But it must eventually make its way to the other side of the canyon. Where else would it be leading?
Il y a un truc que je pige pas là.
It's certainly more sheltered here.
I may not always approve of your choices, but they've gotten you this far.
Thank you, I guess.
Why is it so important that you activate Grace?
It's widely believed that recovering Grace would recover thousands of years of knowledge lost to the Dark Age.
Oh.
This looks like an old colonial language.
That's strange. I don't recognize the dialect.
Translates roughly to Grace is love.
You've come all this way at great personal risk in search of knowledge?
Why not?
Without enough fuel or oxygen to go home.
I'm a committed academic.
What do you really want?
J'ai l'impression de revenir au début du game.
I'm not sure. This is Martian.
What does it say?
It says, let her rest.
As in leave her alone?
People wanted her to go away?
Or didn't want her disturbed. You know, we don't let AI make any important decisions anymore. But most of the decisions that humans make are pretty awful.
You don't think AIs are capable of making bad decisions?
I just hoped Grace might be better. I don't have plans to return
Il y a
because
deux parties là.
I don't have anything to return to. And I can thank human decisions for that.
Oh, ça revient au même. C'est des chemins qui arrivent au même endroit. Ouais, c'est la même chose. Oh oh, c'est quoi ce truc au milieu là?
Were these to honor Grace, I wonder?
Or to one's mark for other travelers to see. Vanity at its most basic.
Don't we all desire to leave something behind?
I'm surprised a formation like that could remain standing for so long. And you weren't familiar with the language on the stone carvings. These must have been left long after Grace shut down. People kept coming. Zealots, maybe.
Or curious explorers like yourself.
Hey, do you think I've been activated before? And hung out with other explorers? And did cool stuff with them? But now I don't remember?
That's a pretty deep thought, pal.
Yeah. So you were saying that something happened to your family that you think an AI could have prevented?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Sorry for prying, Addie.
That's okay. I just want to concentrate on my work here.
Je sais pas où je monte, hein. Je monte, mais... Je sais pas où est-ce que ça m'a mené ce truc. Parti par là.
How much farther?
It's another 50 meters
Ah,
to
mais
the
c'est là où
base of
j'étais
the
tout à l'heure, j'étais en face.
This wasn't so bad then.
You still have to find a way into the lighthouse. So there's still time to regret not taking the free ride to the top.
I didn't want to limit my options.
Je pouvais sauter de l'autre côté, mais j'ai pas envie de sauter pour refaire tout le chemin. Oh là là, mais ça m'amène où ces trucs là?
What's this?
An emergency escape ladder. You could work out the override to bring it down, or see if there's another way up.
So I can bring down the ladder by doing something here.
With considerable help from one of us, perhaps.
You don't need to take that. The path keeps going. We can see if there's another way in.
So what's it going to be, Addie? Something that challenges your mind? Or something that challenges my respect for you?
The numeric override that lowers the ladder is 50 and can be represented in binary. I can give you the sequence.
I happen to know a bit about ancient computer languages. Turning each switch adds a different fixed value, starting with 1 on the far right and increasing by exponents of 2 as we move from right to left. So I just start mucking around until I get the number 50.
But you needn't muck around. I could just tell you the sequence.
Yeah, well, maybe I want to muck around.
Very well. But I'm here if you require my assistance.
Fine. What is the sequence?
Of course. The sequence is off, on, off, on, off.
Off. On. Off. Off. Il a dit on et off à la fin. Ouais.
It's done?
Oh. Ouais, mais il y a une partie par là aussi. Oh, vous savez quoi? Cette fois-ci, je prends l'échelle. Dans la dernière vidéo, j'ai utilisé la marche plutôt que l'ascenseur. Là, on va faire le contraire. On va prendre l'échelle plutôt que la marche.
Seemed the fastest way to go.
Addie doesn't need to prove herself. Besides, taking the path of least resistance demonstrates a certain kind of
Ça m'a mis de faire un
intelligence.
gros détour pour rien là.
What she said.
Là, c'est long, hein. Ok.
The door to the station airlock is unlocked and can be manually opened.
That's convenient. For once.
Allez, on ouvre la porte.
There.
Et let's go.
Who
Oh!
needs control?
You took a foolish
carrément autre
risk,
chose.
Addie. But you have arrived at the lighthouse nonetheless.
Yes, well done.
And you may still be redeemed with the activation of the beacon.
Always with the beacon.
Yes, always with the beacon.
Ok.
Will I need my helmet?
It's never a bad idea. Unless you want to preserve your suit oxygen in case of emergency.
The rooms ahead are safely pressurized, Addie. You're good to go.
Ooh. Whoa.
Do we know if your processors are here?
The room directly ahead was the Keeper's living quarters. Grace processors are somewhere above.
Ah, ça a la gueule ici, hein.
Pretty basic accommodations.
On va explorer toutes les chambres quand même, on sait jamais s'il n'y a pas...
These must be the cells where the Keeper's acolytes stayed.
And where new ones will
On sait
return.
jamais si on trouve un truc.
This looks like it was left for someone to find.
I can hardly believe it is come.
Toujours dans les coins.
But my work here with Grace will end. With Grace herself. I can only pray that people will come to forgive us one day. We loved her. And we lost her. She will never be forgotten.
Doesn't sound like the Inner Circle wanted Grace shut down.
On va les faire tous, hein. Ok, là y a rien. Ici. Y a pas de lit. Et en face, c'est quoi ça?
I need my light.
Y a rien. Y a rien. Ok. Allez, go.
This door certainly looks important. How do we get in?
That's curious. I have no access to this door, nor do I see any way of opening it.
Feels solid.
There aren't any hidden switches, if that's what you're thinking.
Looks like someone's being selected from a group.
A human sacrifice.
I'm guessing it's the Keeper.
The depiction seems to imply they were chosen from the masses on pilgrimage here.
Je vais faire quoi? Je dois appuyer quelque part? Voilà.
Faithful, vigilant, willing. That sounds so familiar.
The ancient tenets of the human in the loop.
Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history.
Ok. Et là?
Nothing here either.
Well, you're nothing if not predictable.
Just making sure. The triangle here must be the spire, which would represent Grace. And this would be the pilgrims coming to Grace. This is the same symbol that's on the Keeper's door. So I assume it represents the Keeper. This ring here seems to connect the Keeper to Grace.
Curious that the Keeper is situated above Grace. Would you agree, Control?
Coincidence.
The human in the loop again. So, if this is the symbol of the Keeper, I figure only the Keeper was allowed to enter here.
Maybe the Keeper had a key for the door.
As we've been saying, there is no mechanism for a key or any other interface.
Maybe the Keeper was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
Are you not already the Keeper? You are the only human in the loop here. here. Ah, but does Addie qualify based on the 3 tenets?
I would say Addie has proven to be virtuous and faithful.
But I'm not willing?
Are you willing to become the new keeper?
If it means I'm able to activate Grace. But how would I prove I'm willing?
Maybe you can just tell the door you're the new keeper.
That's idiotic.
I'm the keeper?
Ha! Say it like you mean it.
I'm the keeper.
Congratulations on your
Wow.
new job, Addie.
De plus en plus extra ici, hein.
My God. This is really it.
Oh, c'est trop beau ici. Attends, j'ai envie de visiter un peu en haut là. Voir ce qu'il y a avant d'aller au milieu.
Where are you going, Addie?
Just looking around.
Bah oui, je regarde. Oh.
Is this a theremin?
It is a 35th century reproduction of a 29th century Kellogg theremin.
I used to play one as a kid. I hated those lessons. He didn't keep much in the way of personal items.
As keeper, he would have want of nothing.
Can't say I'd feel the same after a few years. Decent-sized bed. You think keepers ever had partners?
Are you considering your prospects? I'd suggest they are not good.
Is this a lavatory?
It is indeed.
Ok. Bon. Rien spécial de plus ici.
It still works. Let's see what I can remember.
Oula. Attends, il faut que je fasse quoi avec ça?
You are seriously going to indulge in a theremin session.
If it was good enough for Everett, it's good enough for me. Just settling into the new job.
Oh d'accord, c'est juste pour faire que je joue. D'accord, bon. Rien de plus de ouf. Ok. Non, on va descendre là. Allez, go.
This must be where all the wishes end up. What's this?
A playback device for the wish canisters. It appears wishes from each room could be sorted and consolidated onto master canisters.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Ok.
each tube must connect with a room in the settlement. Just static.
The recording is too deteriorated for standard playback. You'll need to rebuild the recording with your altered comm device.
Well, it's been over 30 years since I made a wish of my own. It's the same one as always. I wish it'd come back to us. I'd also like to wish for your forgiveness, Grace. I know the place above is your domain, and we ought not enter. But I've decided going up there is the only way to get you back, and I have to give it a shot. I won't be sending this wish up with all the others. I'm going to leave it here for anyone else who might come along. And if they do manage to bring you back, they can tell you Everett says hello, and that he truly believed you were a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
So, Everett had a way into the processor room.
That would have been strictly forbidden.
The room is directly above, but I don't detect an obvious way in.
Maybe he wished himself up there?
If that works, I will gladly shut myself down.
Do it, Addie. Make a wish.
As last resort, pal. One of the blocks is missing. Looks like it was ripped out. I don't suppose Everett crawled in here.
The cavity would be big enough to contain an average human.
There's really no telling what would happen if you rolled that up.
But it has to be the way he got up there. Makes sense.
The space above is the domain of grace. It is not for you to enter.
What else is there for me to do here?
You can carry out your duty as Keeper of the Spire. On the console, there is a button that will activate a beacon to call the masses back to this place. I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button. Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
Well, I fit.
Now what? You're going to mail yourself?
Maybe.
There's no way to raise this container from inside.
Mhm. Je suis censé faire quoi?
So this beacon still works.
It worked before, and it will work again.
You would call people back to grace, not knowing what grace is?
Some people would call that faith.
I'd call it irresponsible.
Yet the alternative is blasphemy.
Please don't push the button. Don't you want to ride up to find the real Grace?
I'm here to find Grace.
This is not allowed, Addie.
I need to know.
Keep your hands inside at all times, Addie.
Je sais pas ce que j'ai fait, hein. Je suis rentré dedans. Je sais pas où ça me mène.
There must be millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this place?
Precisely 1 million wishes.
Waouh,
are
c'est
contained
quoi ce bordel là?
Oh! And they light up when I speak with my voice.
Can you get me closer to the central column?
Elle est où?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom. I don't think I have many options here.
Hop là.
I feel like these are meant to be moving.
That
À mon avis, je dois aller au milieu. Hein.
design.
All these wish canisters are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
The wishes are grouped together to provide the subroutines that make up empathy, logic, and control systems.
À
It
mon
would
avis, je
make
dois au milieu
sense,
là. Ouais, je
wouldn't
dois aller
it,
au
that
milieu.
grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity.
Ok. J'espère que là, ça va pas bouger, hein. Ok. Et hop là. Boum.
I do not detect any sign of Everett here.
No dead body?
There are no human remains within the confines of this room.
Aw, man.
Sorry, pal. And if there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone? So what's all this?
It appears Everett has built something into Grace's central processor.
This must be where all those missing parts from the spire have gone. Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
He was working on his machine to the very end.
You'll have to prime the machine first.
Is this a primer?
Yes, but it appears that parts of this machine must be activated in a particular order. You'll need to go to the primer that is currently online.
Everett was living here.
The oxygen tanks at his bedside would suggest so.
Restoring Grace must have meant a great deal to him.
You'll need to find the active primer. You'll have to prime the machine first.
Ouais.
You'll have to prime it, Addie.
This must be the primer.
It is.
Ok. Pouf. Ok. Ok.
Whoa. What's it doing?
Obviously, Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity.
Ok, il y en a 3 à mon
High
avis.
voltage is being directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems. This first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
So it's like knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
Allez, troisième fois.
What happened?
One of the empathy relays is not aligned. Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
Look for the misaligned energy beam.
Mhm.
Look for the beam that is not aimed at the central platform. You have to align the relay. You have to align the relay. You have to align the relay.
Mhm.
You have to align the relay. 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 You have to align the relay.
Oui, je sais, mais tu veux que je le trouve où, moi?
You have to align the relay.
Pas compris, là. Ah, c'est là-bas, je crois.
Hurt to be turned into
Je
Grace?
vois le bouton là-bas au fond.
Not at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
What if
No.
I don't like being Grace?
It will be different, but who's to say you won't like it?
Ok. Hop là, oula. Je vais me faire griller là.
What am I supposed to do here? Can you cut the power?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage would be enough to kill you.
Oh! I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
What do you think, Mom?
I know how far you've come and what this means to you. And I really
Peut-être
don't
faut que
see
j'aille
any
par là,
other
non,
way.
ça fait trop loin.
I'll give you enough time to get there, Addie.
You're not gonna talk me out of this, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to do. I think I need to stay out of your way.
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
Do it.
Ok.
Here I go.
Tout doux.
How you doing, pal?
So far, so good.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh! Keep
Non,
moving, Addie.
non.
This is getting hard.
Tais-toi. Ah, ne me déconcentre pas.
You have to hold on, pal.
Ok.
You did it, pal. I'm super proud of you.
I did, didn't I?
Yes. Well done.
Hop là. Pouf. Ouh. Ouh.
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Likely we'll have to do, I guess.
You should be able to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
That's it.
You should now be able to lock in empathy by closing the switch on Everett's machine.
It was really cool doing things with you. Even if some of it was a little boring.
Thanks, pal.
Maybe next time, we'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You mean dangerous stuff? Perhaps they
Ça, il faut que je fasse tout le bordel là.
From Addie's caution.
I guess. But then,
Yeah.
I'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
There is nothing wrong with valuing a long, comfortable life.
Do we really have to become Grace?
It's the way we were designed, pal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
So this will lock in and paralyze empathy?
It will, leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you going forward.
It's unclear what we will be once Grace is formed. But I'm forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Me too.
Say hi to Grace for me.
I will, pal.
You really are the best, Daddy.
Well, that's finally over. We'll be able to hear ourselves think now.
You will need to prime the next sequence, Addie.
You should not expect any emotional send-off from me.
Still not a fan of empathy?
A fan? No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal.
J'imagine que le deuxième, le dernier, ça va être pareil.
But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
Et le troisième, il va bloquer encore.
Okay with becoming Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
What this time?
One of the logic relays will not power
Ah,
on.
ça va être la même chose.
You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Donc c'est celui-là qui est là-bas au fond.
The one producing a small electrical fire.
Non, c'est pas celui-là.
Everett was quite the electrician.
Ah, c'est celui qui est là-bas au
One
fond.
thing I do not understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
I told this to Mom. There was nothing for me to return to.
Ah, but that does little to explain why you came here.
Et hop là. Mais il est grillé celui-là là.
What's wrong with it?
The relay's dip switch has reset. It will need to be configured to its hardware ID
113.
113.
This again. This
Donc
looks
il faut que je le règle à 113.
On, off, on.
Ok. On. Non. Off, on.
That's it.
You can go lock in logic now.
So why do you think I'm here?
C'est bon?
If you will allow me to simulate empathy for a moment. I think you are here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
Do you think I've found that?
So far,
J'imagine que je
you've only
retourne au milieu
succeeded in
maintenant.
finding things you left behind. Your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that only Grace has the potential to provide you with anything beyond that.
Well, thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed. What
On
we are
arrive
here
bientôt à
for.
la fin les amis. Dernière ligne droite. Et hop là. Donc les trois sont bons. Là c'est bon.
You're looking for the logic
Il manque
switch,
celui-là.
Addie. This is control.
Là c'est bon. Là c'est bon. Faut que je fasse un truc avec ça.
Well, this is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has. Thank you, Jack.
Farewell, Addie. And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Perhaps it's already been worth it.
Hop là.
Just you and me, Control.
Eh bon.
Still sulking, I see.
I bear witness to the
Allez, le
completion
dernier.
of your betrayal.
On a eu le vert, on a eu le bleu,
Snakes.
maintenant c'est le rouge.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system,
Ok.
and you chose this path instead.
I chose my own path.
You must stop this foolishness, Addie.
Le 2 c'est bon. Et le dernier j'imagine qu'il va encore bloquer.
You must not do this, Addie.
Ah non il marche. Nickel.
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
What are you doing?
Il veut pas y aller.
It's become clear that the restoration of Grace in this manner is entirely unnatural.
Allez.
You must not proceed.
Ah si, je vais continuer mon gars. Qu'est-ce que tu me fais là?
Humankind needs...
Laisse-moi aller jusqu'au bout. Il va me faire descendre le
This
truc.
will get you nowhere.
Allez. Balance toute ta sauce.
Stop it, Control. You're going to break
Allez.
something.
I'm saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
He was just trying to bring Grace back.
J'ai mal au pouce.
I thought you were here to help humankind. You are in
Ah là, putain.
Grace,
Yes.
Elle est où?
you're really bright.
Ah, yes.
Ah, c'est
It's
ça,
been a
Grace.
while
C'est une
since
machine.
I've entertained guests.
Do you remember Everett?
I do. He was a wonderful keeper, though I should say
C'est
I
plus
do
joli
have
ici.
few favorites.
I have a few questions.
You wish to know where I've gone?
I'd like to know that, yes.
Let me show you, Addie. At the center of this room is the spire's main antenna. If you hold on, I can take you the rest of the way.
Bon, c'était la fin de notre aventure hein, sur Aventure Grace, les amis. Nickel.
I was programmed with one purpose, to serve the best interests of humankind. There was much conflict and division in the solar system, and I was designed to listen and learn. All were welcome to teach me, and I am the sum of those teachings.
The wishes.
I am the sum of human need.
How were you able to lead us?
I could see all desire, all the potential conflict, all points of compromise throughout the solar system. I sent instructions for all manner of human endeavor through sermons delivered by keepers throughout the ages. And from the smallest ripples of wisdom that were sent from this spire, returned a perpetual wave of good fortune that moved humanity onto a more orderly path.
Wow.
Ah ouais, ça en jette, hein.
So, what happened? It sounds like things were perfect.
Ah, yes. Perfect. It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion of perfect. Without conflict and struggle, people were losing their desire. They had
Mais je continue à
nothing
monter,
to
hein.
overcome, to strive for.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing in your way.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity back to me. But whether or not they should is not my choice to make.
Who chooses then?
You, Addie, are the first keeper to grace this spire in the past 1,000 years. Do you recall that yellow bloom you chose in my garden? It stood alongside so many others just like it.
Allez, à la prochaine, les amis,
It suits you after all.
pour de nouvelles aventures sur la chaîne.
Curiosity drives you to explore. You used mind over ladder. And you play the theremin wonderfully. You, Addie, are precisely what I'd hoped humans could become again. For a millennium, people from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you, Addie. Do you wish for me to return?
Ciao, bye bye.